Hi everyone. Thank you everyone for coming or who is watching this recording. I'm really very happy to meet you today at this Pattern Secret webinar, and I'm ready today to share with you my tips, how I create these patterns that you see around and on my Instagram account. So also today we will talk about not only some pattern tips, but I'll choose a winner among the ones who participated in the 5-day pattern challenge and also who are here online, because I decided why not? If you come here online, it would be really nice to choose a winner among you. And the winner will get the access to Pattern Camp materials. It's a bundle of workshops on how to create vibrant, repeated patterns on paper and digitally, and how to work with pattern trends. There are really very many materials on to you to help too with creating patterns. Oh, thank you for your messages in the chat. Hello from Argentina. Yes. You're very welcome to write in the chat. I will be really very happy to hear from you there. Hi, Jessica. Hi, everyone. Okay, so I will share my screen. Let's jump into the webinar. And here's the button. Hello from the Netherlands. Yay. Okay. Yeah, I think I can make so this one. Yeah. I will also make so that I can see the chat. So feel free to drop any questions there in the chat and I will be happy to answer. Oh, sadly, I couldn't participate in the 5-day challenge. I will run another one in maybe soon. And if you want to create, you can find these prompts in the highlight on my Instagram account. You just need to be added to the close friends. So if you send somewhere the comment, if you left the comment that you wanted to participate on my Instagram, that you're probably already in close friends. It's a kind of tool on Instagram, so I can share these prompts with people who are interested in the challenge. I can only stay 30 minutes being okay. Will this available later? I'm making the recording, so if everything goes well, then I will upload this recording. But if you want to participate in winning the access to Pattern Camp materials and also another gift, the guide on how to create patterns, the 14 essential steps. I will be also sharing this during this webinar. I think it will take about 1 hour, or maybe quicker. Sometimes I speak really quick when I'm overexcited. So yeah, cool. So let's start. Today we will talk about patterns. If someone just see me for the first time, my name is Polina Osho. I'm an artist and I'm really passionate about create vibrant patterns. And today I will share with you my tips on how I create some patterns, I would say some most essential tips. Then also you will get the link to download the guide on pattern making. And if you have any questions on your patterns, I will be happy to give you my personal feedback on compositions, color, maybe some advice how to sell patterns, how to license them if you have such questions. And as I already said, I will announce a winner of the 5-day pattern challenge. I will introduce you to the program of the Pattern Camp materials for those who want to get more information on how to create pattern and more guides and workshops. And there will be a live Q&A as usual to talk with you. and to share with you maybe some more tips. Okay, it's a little slide about me, about patterns that I've created. So I usually make commissions, work on commissions, selling my designs, licensing them, or sometimes I create illustrations for packaging. My patterns are printed on textile, some cloth. Here's a book with my pattern, and they're inside also. So you can use patterns really everywhere. There's so many options where and how to use patterns. Okay, I don't know how to, okay, this slide is really very big. This way I can just list it. So I wanted to walk you through the process from the very first step when and how I find inspiration and how I create a pattern. I think that this question is pretty common, especially from people who may be just starting out in creating patterns. So everything starts with inspirations, and there are thousands of ways how to find this inspiration. The most, I think the most accessible one, the easiest way to find inspiration, just to have a walk. And I will tell you one. Oh, if you don't mind, could you please turn on the microphone? Turn off the microphone, please. Oh, okay, I can. Thank you. So this is the story how I just spent some time with my kids and family in the forest and took photo. So very easy tip, really. Just we have phones with us. So whenever you're going in nature, or maybe just near your house, you have some trees, just take photos. It's really can be very helpful later. Sometimes we like, it might be the shape of the flower, or maybe the color gradient of the petal, or maybe it's even not a flower, or just something that you find beautiful. Take a photo and make a separate folder on your phone, because it will be really very helpful later to use it, and to use it as a resource of inspiration. Here are some other photos just from the nearest park, but of course we can also yeah, thank you, Jessica. Thank you for sharing. I attended a previous webinar you suggested to find inspiration in nature. It is a very useful tip. I did so to draw the second prompt kaleidoscope. Oh, so happy to hear that you find it helpful and actually use it in your practice. Yeah, it's so easy, but it's so helpful. And if you maybe live somewhere in the north and it's winter soon and everything is without leaves, then visit a botanical garden. If you have one in your city, maybe it's not big, but even on the small square, there are usually some exotic plants and some unusual flowers that can really engine your inspiration and ignite your inspiration, and you will find some new shapes, some form of leaves that are not so usual to you. It can be just the first step to start to create. And what else? Books, of course, books with botanical pictures. I really love the Taschen books. They have several series with different gardens, plants with like old. Oh, there's a photo in the chat, so beautiful. I don't know, sorry, I don't know how to share it on the recording, but believe me, there is an amazing plant in the chat that was shared just with one of the participants. Oh, demo. I see, it was a reference. Yeah, it's so cool. Okay, so, and on internet, the easiest way, just to Google flowers, exotic flowers, maybe some northern flowers, South America flowers, plants of Asia. Start with simple research on your on Google. Sorry, I'm trying to find this. I hear the noise and I understand that. Okay, I will stop share for a second just to check out how I can make this sound off, because I'm sure it will be a little bit disturbing. So, okay. Maybe, maybe there is no more. Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad I found you. I'm really glad you found me and you're here. Okay, about patterns, continue. So when you find this inspiration, what next? Sketch the elements. I usually open my photos on my phone or a book with different plans, and I start to sketch to find these shapes because from the same single photo, I can, and you can draw many shapes, because when we create something not realistic, we can change this shape. It can be more oval, more maybe quirky, more loose, more kind of geometric. And it's also helpful actually to take several photos from different angles. And if you have to taken the flower from different angles, it can help you on working on your reference with these references later. So next step is to draw some simple sketch just to play with the shape and search for this kind of shape that you would like to use in your pattern. Move the elements around to see how they fit together in repeat. And the next step, when you are happy with the shapes, with the compositions, of course, if you want to create a seamless pattern, we proceed with the application kind of Procreate, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, Affinity, and many others. And about all these things, of course, I tell more and all the details on the workshops, which are recorded on the Pattern Camp. But today I want to highlight more general tips. The first ones, not go deep into the creating digital files. And yeah, it was the next step about the story that next I just sent this file, like a digital file, and now it can be printed. You see that this white anemone, I think this flower called, it was just from a random family walk in the nature. But these flowers, they're really very tiny. They grab my attention. I took photos, then draw, and this is how it ends. And I find it so actually fulfilling when you can find these pieces of what you love in your life and put it into art and create a pattern. And then this pattern can be printed on a tote bag, or maybe a towel, or a t-shirt, a cup, or something, anything. And this piece of history will be with you, and maybe it will be a memory about a walk with your family, or maybe it will be a wonderful gift to a friend. So this is why I think that patterns is very accessible type of art that can make us happy, actually. So here are some examples of my patterns. All of these patterns were made from my tiny sketchbook. If you're following me on Instagram, you probably saw these patterns, but let me share one more time. So this is my tiny sketchbook with tiny patterns inside. And recently I host a series of interviews with artists and creators and designers all over the world. And the one thing that I see in common in the talk of every of these artists is all of them started with something small, something simple, but they did it consistently. this is the main insight that I get from these interviews, that the key is to create consistently and to continue create and go forward no matter what happens in your life. Just spend some time for yourself with your art, create something. It doesn't mean that you will love every piece of it. No, it's totally normal not to love every piece of your art, but continue, because this process is this process is your passion, is creating art is something that you're passionate about, try to find time in every day. Maybe it's 15 minutes a day, but it definitely worth it to create if you feel energy and love in this process. Yeah, thank you for supporting the chat. Okay, so these patterns I created in Adobe Illustrator and Photoshop, but all of them first were drawn on paper, of course, and as you see, it was tiny patterns from this sketchbook. Here's a process of creating one of the patterns that are on the background and another one. So there are different methods on how I create patterns, and I share all these methods on Pattern Camp. And if you missed the Pattern Camp, you're welcome to get the Pattern Camp materials and watch all the workshop recordings, because I explained as well as I can everything step by step, also providing some additional resources on how to work with patterns. Claudia, I do every day, and this is so good moment. Yeah, I'm very happy that you create daily. It's really very important. Okay. What next? Here are some tips on composition. Because in patterns, the main thing is composition. What makes patterns? This repetition of element, right? Like this strawberry pattern. It's just one strawberry that is repeated and it's create a pattern. This is why I love patterns, because you can create one single element and just copy it and you will have a pattern. Isn't it a magic? Of course, we can make patterns more complicated and play with layers, with different elements, with their positions, with the scale, and with interweavings. There are so many options. We can make symmetrical patterns, use different types of symmetry. And this will give us different motifs, different impressions, different depth and complexity of patterns. But we can start simple, really simple, with just one element. So my first tip is simplify. Especially if you're a beginner in patterns, in creating patterns, simplify as much as you can. 2-3 colors is more than enough for beginning, definitely. Some simple shapes can be super striking, can be super vivid, can be super captivating. So you can start with some simple elements and work with balance. In patterns, everything should be balanced. Think about, try to make the surface even, kind of these strawberries. You see that the gaps between them are pretty even, because if we have a big gap, then pattern breaks. You will catch this gap, your eye will feel unharmonious on this surface, because especially if you print it on something large, when you have a pretty frequent repetition of your element and there is a big gap somewhere, you will see the repetition of this gap, and it's not good for patterns. So think about balance. What helps me to work with the balance is to make my pattern super small or look from the side on it. Then when you make everything very, very little, the scale kind of, okay, now you can catch these gaps easier. because when you have the distance, maybe you heard about this tip from other artists, traditional one, when they work on the canvas with oil, with acrylic, and if they create this still life collage with the vase or other dishes which should be symmetrical. They have this tip. I used it in the university. When you put your canvas, go away several steps, and from the distance you have a clear vision of what you have, because everything going to be small, and it's easier to have everything in your eye. I mean, then when you're too close to your artwork, you can see the whole composition so clearly, and from the distance it's easier to capture the general impression of your art, not going deep to the details, because when we talk about composition, it's definitely not about details, it's about the whole impression of your artwork. Yeah, so think about balance and check it. Another thing that I love to use in composition is shape contrast, because this play with big elements, with small elements, with wide elements and in narrow ones. It's something that gives your composition life. It makes your composition more interesting, more captivating. You feel like your eye have a place to to dance, I don't know, because these elements start to interact, and it creates a great rhythm. Rhythm is another thing. Pattern consists of this rhythm. It's realization actually of the rhythm, this repetition. The same with the music. Music has rhythm, and it's easy to hear it. Da 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 da. And with patterns, we can make the same. Looking at the elements, some elements, for example, big ones, they are louder. And oh, sorry, there's another sound. I will try to mute. Oh, I found it quickly. Okay, I come back to you. So the same with the music, when you have this ta da 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 ta da 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 ta, the same here with these graphical elements. Look, you look at the petals or all the leaves, and some leaves are repeat, and a big one, and also repeat, big one. So this change of the size, like a sound, but to our eyes. I hope it has sense for you, because I'm not sure if you can understand my metaphor, but let me know in the chat. So these are my main rules that I would love to pay attention on working on composition with patterns. Next one. What is next? Oh, yeah, and colors. Yeah, I really a big fan and a big nerd of color. I'm sure you noticed it if you know me for a while or following me on Instagram. So my patterns are all about colors. And my main and beloved rule is to use the combination combination of warm and cool colors. Here's a color wheel. I'm sure many of you know it, but even if you don't know what is color wheel and how it works, let me explain. It's really very easy. What does it mean, combination of warm and cool colors? I'm sure even if you haven't ever seen the color wheel, if I ask you what colors are warm, like sun or something that make you warm, you will probably name like colors like red, orange, and yellow, because it's intuitive. They look warm. And the cold one, like the winter colors, the cool colors are blue, and the shades of blue-green and blue-violet. So if we combine two colors, one from the warm and one from the cool, they create a really vivid contrast, very striking color contrast. And I use it a lot in my patterns. So my tip is, if you want to grab attention of the viewer and make your pattern vivid, just combine one color from the warm group and another color from the cool group of colors. And check it on the tonal contrast. If you want to make some bold patterns. Of course, if you want to work with more gentle ones and you want to make this sense of more quiet, more gentle, but still amazing, beautiful patterns, then it's better to choose colors a bit more desaturated, maybe like a pastel colors, or combine it with more white, and also make this contrast not so high. Okay, what next? The twinners. Okay, we will come to this a little bit later, but first, before that, I wanted to introduce you to what else you can learn about patterns. I see that many of you were participating in the pattern camp, but if some of you haven't, and maybe someone who is watching this recording, if they didn't participate in the pattern camp, then I'm happy to tell you that now pattern camp materials are available. Pattern camp, it was a summer program where I host many workshops on how to create repeated patterns. And so there are 3 workshops, replace recordings, where I introduce you with my methods in working with patterns, starting with the very fundamentals of repeated patterns on paper, how to work with composition for repeated patterns, the ways you can repeat the element and make it repeatable, the main things you should know to create a harmonious pattern. The second workshop was on a bit more advanced level, but still it was about creating patterns on paper. In this workshop there, I explained how to work with layers, how to work with overweavings, interwoved elements, different layers, and symmetrical compositions. And the last workshop is about how to create a seamless pattern digitally, where I show my methods on working in Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, just how to make this pattern from sketchbook, repeatable, seamless, harmonious, and printable after you work on it on a digital program. But we also have a lot of extra materials in pattern camps. And here are the other teachers and designers and coach who participated in the pattern camp. My wonderful colleague Mario Martin, he ran a workshop on geometric patterns and Tangle approach to pattern making, where he shared all his experience on working with patterns. And this workshop is really very inspiring and helpful to work with geometrical patterns, because my approach is more, I draw mostly like flowing floral motifs, and Mario is more constructed. He is an architecture and pattern designer. And we have a workshop also with Nika. She's a stylist, and she shared with us an amazing presentation about patterns in fashion. Also, she introduced us to types of patterns, and actually she inspired me to create even a leopard pattern, because before that I was a bit of oh, it's too much for me, leopard pattern. But after her workshop, I fall in love and all this stuff. And Nika is very experienced fashion designer, and she really knows a lot about fashion, and as you know, patterns are usually used there. So, and we have 2 workshops with Marina and Tatiana, both coaches, but with different approaches on how to work with creativity, how to what practical approach you can use to unleash your creativity, or how you can connect with the inner artist. This workshop are really very supportive and give you practical tips on feeling better as an artist, actually, and feeling better personally, and how to be more open to your art and to help you go forward with your dreams in art. Yeah, thank you so much for wonderful comments in the chat about workshops. Yeah, Mario's workshop is really amazing. So we have 3 workshops there on Pattern Piece with me, 4 workshops with our wonderful expert guests, and also guides, PDF guides, extra links to, let me show somewhere here was the list. Okay, so guides and additional learning resources like different links to pattern trends or something like materials and list of tutorials on how to work in different applications with patterns. Also, what was there? I also made a list of live interviews recordings with pattern designers that who are working now worldwide. There is a designer from Australia and California where they shares the experience in licensing, how they also contact with different brands. I made this interview asking them all the questions you asked me also, because I think it's important to share not only my experience, but other pattern designers, especially who work worldwide, to see how they sell their patterns. Okay, now when we have created our patterns, what next? And these interviews are very helpful to understand what are the next steps. So I have to say, yeah, this one. If you want to buy access to all these workshops, recordings, all these materials, here you can type the promo code, especially for those who are online. This code, Pattern Secrets, like the name of the webinar, Pattern Secrets, gives you an extra discount. So the price will be $99.9, less than 100 euros. And this promo code works during the online webinar. So while this webinar is online, and till let me find till 11 p.m. London time. So it's about hour or 2 hours. It works. This promo code, if you want to use it. Oh, I think I need to send in the chat it for your convenience. Yeah, right. Here's the site, the website, PalinaOsho.com Pattern Camp Materials. And here's the promo code, Pattern Secrets. So you can use it, right? And if you're watching this webinar in recording, then probably these 2 hours already left. Then I have another promo code, which is Pattern 10. It gives you 10% discount, so it's 107 euros for all the package of these Pattern Camp materials with all the workshops, links, and all these things. The access to, by the way, the access to these materials is timeless, so you will get the link in the email after the payment, and you will have all the list. There's a file on Notion, on kind of website, and you have all the links with the description to all the workshops with me, with guests, with materials, and this access is timeless, so don't worry. But the price and the discount is not forever. This discount is till Sunday. Yeah. I will send it also in the chat. So yeah, if you're watching this recording, the code is Pattern 10. I hope it's easy to use it. So if you have any questions, of course, you're welcome to ask me. I will be happy to answer. And we have actually the wonderful community of people who were participating in this pattern camp online. And I saw so many wonderful patterns creating basing on this workshop, and I'm really very helpful for all of you if you're here on. I see that many of you are here online, because it just make my heart beats faster to when I on Instagram see your patterns. It's super inspiring for me. Thank you for sharing your artworks. And if you're just signing up for these pattern camp materials, and you want to share your patterns, please tag me on Instagram. I will be more than happy to comment it, to give your virtual hug with a heart emoji there. And I really appreciate a lot when you share with me your patterns. Okay, now I think it's time to announce the winner who will get all this access to materials as a gift. And also I will give the link to the guide for those who are online. Okay, to name the winner, I have the idea. If you participated, if you're here online, and if you participated in the pattern 5-day pattern challenge on Instagram, which I ran these days, please type plus, or I don't know, me or something in the chat so I can count how many of you. Then I will generate the number of the winner of the number. So yeah, I decided to make this fun activity. Everyone, yeah, it doesn't matter if you make 4 or 5, it's really great. Even if you make 1, even if you just started to draw, it means for me that you are interested in patterns, and these resources, these materials can be helpful for you. So I will be happy to make this gift for you. Just let me know how many of you are here online who wants to get to participate in this. What is this giveaway? How to name this? Yes, yeah. And this is so nice. Yeah. You don't know. Okay, let it make so. Everyone who is online and who wants to get the access to pattern camp materials, type in the chat. We will make this GIF, and promise me that you will draw the prompts on this challenge. And I think it will be fair enough, because you are here, you spend your evening with me listening about patterns. You're definitely into patterns, and I will be happy to share it with you. Yes, see your messages. I will wait a few more seconds. I would love to save the prompts, but I didn't start yet. Yeah, you know, this pattern challenge is really very easy. I always try to make it easy, accessible and easy, because I know that some of you draw for 30 minutes or even for an hour, but there's no need if you don't have time. It's great if you have time, but if not, 15 minutes is really more than enough to create. Just take a small format, then it will be, this 15 minutes will be enough to draw a pattern. Maybe it will be really sketchy, but it's really better than waiting for the perfect moment to create an amazing pattern. Just to create now, maybe while you're listening to this webinar, you can grab a sketchbook, a pencil or a marker, and to start drawing something. Okay, I think we are ready. Then I have to count how many of you want to participate here online. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Okay, now I have this, yeah, I think 17. I said 17, right? I will share my screen because I found an online generator of numbers. and I will type there, it's here, I think, yeah. Okay, from 1 to 17. Are you ready? Let's generate 15. Okay, who is there? And let me count one more time to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15, right? Me, and let me, if I'm correct, Anelia, Anelia, how to, I'm not sure, correct me if I pronounce it wrong. I try to find you. Where are you? Let me know where are you. Yeah, I see. You are muted. Congratulations. You have the success to Pattern Camp materials. If you can turn on your camera now, it's okay. It would be nice to see you, but if you can't, it's okay. Maybe you're busy with something. So please let me know. Contact me on DM on Instagram, direct messages on Instagram, and send me there your email, please. Or if you can. Yeah, congratulations. Oh, they're so sweet. Thank you for congratulations. So, Anelia, please send me your email and name and email on direct messages on Instagram, and I will send you their email with access to Pattern Camp. Thank you. Yeah, welcome. You're very welcome. So, another thing that I wanted to congratulations. Yes, so sweet to read your congratulations. Another gift that I have for everyone who is here online. Thank you very much for coming. I wanted to share with you their link to, but I will share my screen now. To the guide. Yeah, share. I think so. Yeah. 14 essential steps and tips on pattern making guide. I will send you this one here. So please, oh, sorry, I sent to someone directly. I wanted to send to everyone. How to send to everyone? What? Meeting. Yeah. Now I think everyone can see this message, right? In the chat on the Zoom, I sent you a link. You can please follow this link and download the PDF guide. And yeah, welcome, Debbie. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much. You're so sweet and kind. Thank you. So what else? Yeah, I think the last thing that, but the last but not least, which is, thank you so much for your kind words in the chat. Okay, the last thing was to live Q&A, because I am here really very ready to share my knowledge about patterns. You're very welcome, everyone. Thank you. To share all my knowledge about patterns. If you still, or not still, have any questions, maybe if you were in Pattern Camp or you just joined us and don't even heard about Pattern Camp, what is that, but you are interested in patterns, then please, you're welcome to ask anything you want. You can turn on the microphone and just say it, and I will answer. Or if it's more comfortable for you to write in the comments in the chat, you can ask me there. Any option you feel more comfortable. Yeah. Debbie, hello. Okay. Oh, it's okay. It was by accident. I need to know the better paper for the acrylic pencils. Okay, this is really popular question about acrylic pencils. If you use Posca marker, the same as you probably met with this problem that Posca markers, they kind of scratch the paper with the tip, and when there is a lot of paint, the paper creates these paper balls or how paper peels, how we can call them. So what do I do to avoid these problems with paper? I use paper for markers or Bristol paper. It means that this paper has very smooth surface. It usually labeled on the sketchbook what kind of paper is it, and find the paper with labeled smooth paper, extra smooth paper, or Bristol paper, or just if there's no label, open the sketchbook, touch it. If it's rough or like a more porous, like this one, then it's definitely bad. The paper should be very smooth. Because what's happened when you draw with marker, with acrylic markers, it has a lot of paint there, right? And it's pretty liquid. When you draw, you have kind of a little pool of paint, which start to make the surface on the paper very wet, and it have to be durable. Otherwise, you scratch with the tip, and this wet paper can be damaged super easy and quickly. So but when you have the smooth paper, it means that the surface, it doesn't give the paint to go through a lot, so it's stays more consistent, more even. So yeah. Oh, so many questions. Okay. I'm more comfortable with writing. Great. I like the 5-day challenge prompts to help me to develop my creativity. Thank you so much, Jessica. Is using color gradients in patterns accessible for art licensing? Is using color gradients in patterns accessible for art licensing? Yes, why not? You can use color gradients in patterns. What does it mean? If you use color gradients, it means that you're a bit limited in the ways you can print this pattern. I mean, the technology that the brand use. For some printers, they can print only plain colors. Then, of course, you have to adjust your pattern for that printers, but there are many printers that can print gradients even on textile, on different surfaces. So if you're really fond of creating gradients and patterns, keep using them, keep creating. I bought the fine tip Artistro, but I screwed a tip by using it on previous layer of color. My paper was for aquarelle, so 300 grams. Any guess why it went wrong? The tip is damaged, right? Why it probably it happens sometimes with tips. It can be damaged. You know, when I draw over the acrylic paint with the tip, not with the, I mean that I use the marker over another paint, just with what I used with my brush, for example. And sometimes this microfiber, what is the name for this? Okay, this tip, it just get dirty, and then no paint can flow through it. What we can do with this? Usually nothing. The only thing we can do is just to take away the tip and put another one here just to change it, because usually all the tips on the paint markers can be taken out, and we can change the tip. That's the only suggestion I can give on that, I think.
Yes. I asked the question. So, well, I have another tip to replaced the screwed one.
Mhm.
But maybe I wonder, maybe the first layer was wet, or I don't know, because the marker was I used it only one time before, so
Mhm. Yeah. Maybe the you know that nowadays we really sometimes we have not the best quality of everything, and maybe there was something wrong with it before. I don't know, but it's better to draw over with markers. It's better to draw over well-dried layer, not to
okay.
mix with the when you draw over the wet layer, you mix the colors, and of course the color, the paint of the previous layer can be mixed with this one, but and the first layer, was it made with another markers?
Yeah.
With oh, sorry, I really
And if the paper maybe the paper was too, sorry, I can't find my word tonight. It's for aquarelle.
yeah, it's very
So
porous or something like this.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe you mean that maybe a piece of paper got into
Went into the tip.
maybe
Right.
we can guess. But if you don't have an extra tip, you know what I do? I take if I buy a set of markers, usually there are some colors that I don't use because I don't like gray colors or something like this. Then I take the tips from the gray colors and use it like an extra tip. Maybe you have some colors that you don't use much and can take the tip out of that color.
I had extra chip because I took
You
the
can.
42 marker set, and there was 2 extra chip. And I bought this once because you said it was great material.
Yeah, Artistra.
And
Yeah, I use
they
them a
are
lot.
great, except this problem. Well,
Uh, I don't have any other guess.
yeah.
Actually, I didn't have any problems with tips with Artista markers. But comparing to Posca markers, which are really very great quality, it's Japanese markers, right? And the quality is extra high. Sometimes it happens even with these markers. So we can be safe that nothing happened with any of our materials. So my suggestion is to try to change the tip, maybe, and of course, in the future, wait before the layer dries to
And what kind of paper do you use to draw with acrylic markers?
smooth paper or Bristol paper, not acrylic paper. I
Yeah,
never use acrylic paper for acrylic markers
I
because
think that's the problem here
yeah,
with my
because
tip. Yeah.
because acrylic and watercolors are totally opposite mediums, because when acrylic it's not transparent, and watercolors it should flows on your paper, right? So the paper that is created for watercolors, it's very porous. It has many little holes in the paper if we look on the microscope, right?
Yeah.
So the color can go
Okay.
over it, so it's really not good for acrylic markers. I
Okay.
hope it could help. Sorry if I
Yeah, it helps me because I think the paper I used was the problem, and I didn't know, I didn't have the idea of using Bristol. I have it in my art supply, so I will use it. Maybe it will be easier to draw. So
yeah.
it's a good answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wish you good luck with finding the right paper. Yeah, sometimes it needs time to experiment and make some kind of mistakes, but I think it's a normal process for artists when we experiment with mediums, and sometimes these things happens. Okay. Which program do you think is beginner friendly for editing patterns? to my mind, in my opinion, the most user-friendly program is Procreate on iPad because it's super simple and intuitive when you draw on Procreate. But in Procreate, you don't have a kind of pattern tool, pattern making tool. In Procreate, you imitate this. If you want to make a repeat, I mean, if you want to make a repeated pattern on Procreate on iPad, you have to use this method of cutting your pattern, the very standard one, and it's the most popular method when you cut it in the center on 4 pieces and switch then. I have all this information on the pattern camp materials, of course, but you can also find maybe just if you want to make a repeat pattern, just Google how to create repeated patterns on Procreate. Yeah, and me personally, I use Illustrator, but you definitely have to understand the basic tools of Illustrator to work there. But it gives you more tools, more options how to make repeats on Adobe Illustrator. Like a ombre effect suitable for printing on all surfaces. This ombre, you mean the gradient effect? Is it suitable for printing on all surfaces? I would say that it depends on the printer, on the machine you use, because there are different technology on printing. Sometimes printer can print only with one color, then or with mixing. I really am not ready to explain all the things how the printer works, because if you're talking about factories, they have so many different types of technologies. But what I want to say that if you like to draw gradients and ombre effects, do it. Don't stop yourself because of some printers. There are printers in the world that can print your patterns, that can print gradients. Some can't, but many can. So if you like it, do it, and you will definitely, it's not a problem to find a printer that can print your gradient. You recommended another markers, no Posca. Yeah, I mostly draw with Posca. Also, I draw with Artistro markers and the Artex markers. This is very affordable, actually, and my kids also love them so much. Because these tips are not rechargeable, so you can change the tip here, but the advantage of these markers is that they have 2 tips, and one of them is this like brush tip, and I like to draw with this brush tip too. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, something like this. So these are the 3 brands. I think that I mostly draw with Posca, Artistro, and this Artex. But my favorite and most of the patterns that you see that I drew in this sketchbox were drawn with Posca markers mostly. Yeah. So I started with Posca markers actually. Of course, I use some other markers, but I will make a review on YouTube. I hope I will make, because it's a lot of time. But I have here a box of different other brands with acrylic markers. But I can't recommend them until I will be sure that they work the same, because I have to try them and to see how it works. But another brand which is very popular. I don't use it because for some reason I don't have it, but I heard from many artists that it is also great. It's Molotov markers. I'm sure you maybe heard about them too. It's German brand. It's written like Molotov. W Molotov. Okay, what else is here? Can you share a brand of your little sketchbook? It looks okay. Here's the story with these little sketchbooks. these are Moleskine, but they are not produced anymore. Really very sorry. But after my course on Domestika, it feels like everyone just bought every little sketchbook in the world. And then students started to write me that, Paulina, we can't find this Moleskine sketchbook because Moleskine stopped to produce these sketchbooks, and all the sketchbooks that were online already sold. So another brand that I use is Leuchtturm, Leuchtturm 1917. You see, they're almost the same, but then this one stopped to be produced. So now what I can say, the last one that I found is Art Creations sketchbook. They are super cheap, really. They're 2-3 euros for it. They are a little bit bigger. I don't have one here now, but they're a little bit bigger, but they're super cheap, super affordable. It's brand from Europe, I suppose. So Art Creations, Art Talent, and the paper there is a little bit thicker than this one. And this is why it's even easier to draw on them for many people. So these are my recommendation on these tiny sketchbooks. Also, can you send a link to the pattern camp? Oh, I've sent it. Okay, I will send it one more time to the pattern camp. I have it here. So it's Paulina Osho, Pattern Camp Materials. Yeah, and don't forget, if you just joined us, I will send one more time the promo code that gives you an extra discount if you want to get these materials right now during this online webinar. The promo code is Pattern Secrets. Just type it in the form where you type your emails and all this stuff to buy the Pattern Camp materials, and it will give you an extra discount which is working during this webinar. Dutch brand Royal Talents Art Creations, that's still available in different sizes. Yes, thank you so much, Margaret, for sharing how it's the right written. How I don't know how to say it. Okay, thank you for sharing. And yes, it's available because it's produced. They produce the sketchbook, and I see the sketchbooks in every local art store here in Spain, and also talking with different artists in different countries, they usually have this brand because it's really very affordable. What next? If I answered for all the questions, all my time. I again send this to their, not to everyone. I don't know what is with the chat today, how I can say to everyone. Here's the link. Let me know, please, anyone in the chat, if you see the link to the Pattern Camp materials, because every time I try to send you a message, yeah, I see the hearts. This means you see the emojis. Yeah, and the next message is the promo code that gives you extra discount. Okay. Oh, here's some question that I missed. Sorry. Let me find where I stopped. Can you share a brand of little books? Yes. Also, can you send the link I sent? Do you use Illustrator on iPad? Thank you for the encouragement. Thank you. Do I use the Illustrator on iPad? No, sorry, I don't use Illustrator on iPad. I have never thought about that, but it would be cool maybe to use it on iPad. Let me know in the chat if anyone of you used Illustrator on an iPad. But I know that you can connect your iPad with your laptop. If you connect your iPad with the laptop, that you can just open this Illustrator, just the laptop format of the program on your tablet, and it would be, I think, maybe easier to work with the pencil to draw on that. Thank you for your reply. I have another question related to Procreate. Do you need the latest iPad, or is it an older one fine? I don't have one, but I am planning to buy one. I bought my iPad when I was pregnant with my second child, so it was 5 years ago. So it's still working. Everything is fine. Procreate works well on my iPad, and it's 5 years old. So I think you don't have to buy the newest iPad if you don't want, because Procreate works well on my, as I now understand, old iPad. Before that, I was thinking that I have a pretty new iPad, but times runs fast. Thank you, Paulina. Love your domestic course. Thank you so much. Are you going to do another embroidery and fabric painting workshop? I don't know. If you want, I can. I usually try to listen to your to read your messages on Instagram in direct, or how you react on my stories, what you send me, and to make to create the workshop and educational materials depending on what is interesting for you. Of course, it's also always have a match with my passion, because if you ask me to create, I don't know, how to build a house, I can't make a workshop on that because I'm really not interested and I don't have knowledge on that. But I really like embroidery, as you know, that I have here and there some embroideries, right? And if I see that it has a high interest from many people, then I will think about that. And what exactly would you like to know about embroidery and fabric painting? Could you write the reference available for this small sketchbook, please? I couldn't find one. And this is Jessica here. I think there was an answer later or somewhere about Art Talents sketchbook. Okay, the last sketchbook that, yeah, here's a few messages lower. There's an answer with the Royal Talents art collection. I thought that it's a Polish brand actually, but maybe it's Dutch if you say so. I'm so sorry, I missed the pattern camp code and website. Yeah, Stephanie, I think you probably, yeah, I see your emoji now. Yeah, you found the link and the code. I use Illustrator on iPad. I'm beginner, so I do half and half work on iPad and PC. Never knew iPad could be connected to PC and used. Yeah, you know, I also tried that several years ago, and it worked not very well because that time the technology was not so good, but nowadays it's really fast and easy to work with your iPad on laptop, connecting with the laptop and all these things. I remember that time when I was drawing on Wacom tablet. It has no screen there. You just, you know, then you're drawing here and looking there. It's many illustrators and designers works and still working like that, but it's really more pleasant for me to look what I'm drawing. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, if I think I answered all the questions. Please, if I missed your question, please type it, copy and type it one more time. I couldn't use Wacom, which I was gifted to me. Yeah, I understand you. I have my Wacom somewhere. I even don't remember where is it now, because after I have after I bought an iPad, it feels like a Wacom is not so good now. Thank you for this Zoom session once again. Thank you. What app do you use to share the reels on your Instagram page? Do you do all the editings to show process of work? Okay, this is another topic about reels on Instagram. I use InShot, but I will answer all the questions about Instagram and how to present yourself as an artist, how to reveal yourself as an artist on Instagram. If you are interested, please contact me via direct. If I see that this is the topic that you would love to study, I will be more than happy to share with you, because I really love to share my art on Instagram. It's another part of creativity for me. I love to create art. I love to create educational projects, and I really love to use Instagram for that, because it's very interesting to create reels, to think about how better to share your art. If it's something that you want to learn more, just let me know, and maybe I will make a workshop if I see that its topic is relevant for you. Okay, but today we talk about patterns, so I will answer on the patterns questions, okay? Thank you. Thank you for this 5-day challenge and the webinar. Thank you. In process of pattern creation to be included in a portfolio. Is process of pattern creation to be included in a portfolio? Do you mean that you don't have to put in your portfolio the pattern creation process? It's something, if you mean the portfolio that you send to brands, of course, they don't need your process. They only need to see the final collection of the patterns. But the process is really very valuable for your social media. And if you want to promote yourself as an artist on social media, which is also helpful to connect the brands and so on, then definitely please share your process there. Please do. Okay, thank you. Hi, till when will we get the recording? The recording of this webinar, I will upload. It's actually almost 9 p.m. in Spain, where I am. So I had a really, very busy day, so I can't promise that I will upload it today, but I will try. I will try to upload it today and share it on, I will upload to my YouTube channel. And then I will share the link on Instagram. But the latest time I will do it is tomorrow morning, I suppose. But if I can, I will make it today. Yes, please share tips about Reels. I had editing. I think it's very time consuming. Yeah, it takes some time. Paulina is so knowledgeable. The more I listen to you, the more intrigued. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for this webinar. I'm so happy to be here. Greetings from Colombia. Yeah. Hi to Colombia. Thank you so much. Thank you, Paulina, in the 5-day challenge. Yeah, I thank you for participating in the 5-day challenge. You make me so happy when I see how many of you participated. I made these close friends tool, open this close friends tool on Instagram, and you saw there more than almost 800 people say that, yeah, I want to participate in the pattern challenge. Of course, not of them draw patterns, but anyway, the interest is super high and many of you participated. So if you miss it, scroll Osho challenge on Instagram and then you will see there are so many beautiful patterns. And don't forget to support each other. It's really important. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I feel like we are ready to close this webinar for today. I want to be a close friend now. If you want to be a close friends, then find on my Instagram the latest post, one of the latest posts about this challenge, and left your thumb up in the comments, and then I can add you to close friends when I saw that you left a comment there. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. And if you miss the pattern camp, get the pattern camp materials, create patterns, uploading them, share on Instagram, and tag me. I will be happy to see that. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day, evening.
Thank you, Paulina. Bye-bye.
Thank you for coming. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.